What is the best Mac for music production? In this video I'm going to take a look at all the available Apple computers and rank them in a top 5, starting with number 6, through the glasses of a music producer. Why are they suited and why not? For the top 5 I took into consideration the price-performance ratio, the Apple tax and the usability. What would I buy if I would buy a new Apple computer today? My name is Dexter Clark, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for more awesome music production tutorials. If you are not sure what to look for when you want to buy a computer for music production, i5 processor, i7, how much memory, I suggest you check out my video, The Best Computer for Music Production. It's all in there. The information of this video will extend on the knowledge of that video. The link to that video is in the description below. When it comes to Apple computers, I first want to talk about expansion, because if you buy an Apple computer, you can't expand down the line. So be future-proof. So if you think that you need for example, a 1 terabyte drive now, choose a 2 terabyte drive. You will thank yourself in the future. There are exceptions, and I will talk about that later in the video. The first laptop in this video is the MacBook Air, but I wouldn't recommend it for multiple reasons, the lack of performance being the main one. The other big reason is the screen is too small. You will run into trouble with some plugins that don't anticipate the small screen. If you absolutely want, you can produce music with it, but my advice, skip it. The iMac Pro is the bigger brother of the iMac. And it is called the Pro because of the processor and the price. It has always a Xeon processor. Since the Xeon processor has the same architecture as the i7, there is little to no speed difference between the two. Xeon processors can have more cache memory, which makes them, well, a minuscule amount quicker. But since Apple is pretty secretive about the particular processor they use in its little brother, the iMac, it's hard to compare. I suspect that the maxed out iMac will perform the same as the base model iMac Pro. What I can say for sure is that you can choose a Xeon processor with more CPU cores, which indeed makes a significant performance difference. There is a price point at which the performance increase will not outweigh the price. The base model is $5,000 and you can go completely crazy until your bank account is empty. By the way, if you're serious about music production or DJing and want to take it to the next level, want me to help you with that, check out one of my courses. You can find them at dexterclark.com/courses. The link is also in the description below. The Mac Pro, the only machine of Apple that is properly expandable. Except for the drive, because the storage drive needs to be an Apple approved drive. You can spec this machine out to absolutely insane proportions. You need a powerful computer for music production, but even the max specs of this computer is an overkill. The Mac Pro has a Xeon processor which starts at 8 cores, but you can upgrade to processors with more cores. Also with the Mac Pro, the price-performance ratio is off. The Mac Pro starts at $6,000 and you can max it out all the way to $50,000. I would recommend upgrading at least the RAM memory because it is dual channel memory. The cheapest model has 2 little memory modules to take advantage of the extra speed of dual channel memory. I made a special video about the Mac Pro for music production. The link to that video is in the description below. Then the MacBook Pro. Skip the MacBook Pro pre-2019 16-inch. Because those computers were bad for at least 20 reasons. The MacBook Pro I'm talking about is the MacBook Pro 16-inch, late 2019 and later. This is the only choice if you want a Mac and want to be mobile. Because 16-inch is still a small screen for music production, I would recommend you hook it up to a big widescreen monitor when you produce. The MacBook Pro starts at $3,000 with an i9 processor and 16 GB of memory. Not very popular amongst music producers, but to be honest, one of the best choices for music production is the Mac Mini. The advantage of the Mac Mini is that it is cheap compared to other Apple computers, and you can expand the memory later. The Mac Mini has no screen, so you need to buy a screen separately. Choose the model with the fastest processor, at least 1 TB of storage and a minimum of 16 GB of memory. This will cost you a little less than $2,000. If you want a Mac but don't want to pay that much, the Mac Mini is your best choice. The desktop iMac is also a good choice for music production. The classic iMac is the computer where you pay the least Apple tax. If you would buy a comparable PC with about the same specs, then you will pay about the same. The iMac desktop has a screen included, in contrast to the Mac Mini. Choose the 27-inch screen because you'll need this screen real estate for your music production. Choose the model with the i9 processor, at least 1 TB of storage and at least 16 GB of RAM. Depending on the drive you choose, this will cost you a little under or a little over $3,000. But don't buy a Mac, I'll explain in this video right here. And which specs does a proper computer for music production need to have, check out the video right here. The links to both videos are also in the description below.